Well, now it says we're live, and I don't know if the intro is going to play. I don't think it wants to play the intro for whatever reason. So this will be an exciting intro. A black screen and us saying, what the hell's going on?
In the zone, rocking Atari's glow. Lesson Space Invaders moving fast, never slow. Nintendo's next, he's stomping with Mario.
We got 2 viewers, 3 and 4. It's coming. They're coming in quick. All right. Well, I guess we'll end that. Sorry, Poe, the intro won't play. That's weird.
Oh, that's okay. No, that's what I sent was a buffering screen. That was the intro for this.
By the way, I got those scores tallied. It's pretty easy the way I do it, so we're good.
Nice. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can get some chat up here. There we go. So here we are. Here we are with the show. Yeah, it popped another error screen up on the top. Said it couldn't get the video from this video storage. So hopefully the other video will play, or we'll be videoless in this October episode of the show. So let's see. Kelly's here. It says 7 people are here, but I don't know who the other 6 are. Hey, there's Bliss. There's Bliss. And 5 others, anonymous people. But
the intro won't play because I since you sent it to the group text, I went ahead and hit on it, downloaded it here too, just so I could look at it. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what happened, and I can't get out of here to go see it. So, what's new, guys?
I was gonna say, I wonder if I could get that and just play it on my screen and share it.
Maybe. They tend to get choppy. They tend to get choppy when that happens. So.
Yeah, that's right. That never works. Disregard.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll save it. Now we had a new intro for next month. So tune in next month for the intro for October in November.
I did like that intro though. Lots of excitement.
I see. I never watched them. I just watched the beginning to make sure I can see it and all, and then I just put the little 10-second spot at the beginning so that I can click go and then click go live. So I always want to be surprised. It was playing. Kelly said it was playing.
Oh.
I'm going to the stream.
Calvin's here. Java's here. Hey. Watching from Greg's page tonight. Well, that's fine. I thought we were friends. That's okay. No, that's all good. That is all good. Who else is here?
We have Ninja Rate.
Derek's here. Hey, Derek. Yeah. Ninja Rate. Yeah. I can't pronounce. Nice. Yeah, I can see when people are paired, but I can't tell whose channel they're from. But it was for a few, Kelly says. The intro started to play. Yeah, I clicked go, and I clicked the intro to go, and then it gave me a message saying, you got kicked offline. And I'm like, oh, no, or off live. So I think maybe something happened when I uploaded it. I don't know. I didn't do a test run.
Until I decided to take my screen to go live so I could watch this. We were talking about getting this in. I didn't even know we'd gone live.
No.
I thought, I guess we're good.
When it was a black screen and I was talking, we were live already. But invite Digital Victory. Yeah, Digital Victory. Ed's back. Ed is back. Yeah. He's not in full form where he used to put out multiple videos a month. He's kind of easing back into it. It looks like he's doing like one a month, good deep dive. And I watched his video on Dr. Dude and learned a lot because I have never known what to do on that table. And maybe reading the rules would have helped, but watching Ed's video is much more informative.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has played in a couple of our monthly tournaments. So he's paying attention on Discord too. So.
Yeah,
this is the only place I was at.
Yeah, he played this week. I know because I saw Derek crying about it. Derek said, "Just when you think you have a good high score in a tournament, old Digital Victory plays and sets you straight." And I said, "Did you see my score? I never thought for a second I played well in this week's tournament." But we'll get to that at some point. But nice background, Poe. says Kelly.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I made it myself.
Well, since you mentioned Ed and the tournament, I can just you want to know the September's results? I can tell you real quick. I added up the scores. You know, how many points for first, second, third, so many for showing up, and I got the top 3.
All right, sounds good.
You know, we played. I forgot. They were all the last 3 were Bethesda tables, and then the one before that, I think the first one was Indiana Jones. I don't remember. But anyway, long story short, is Derek in the chat? Yeah, there he is. Derek.
He is.
First place for the month.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
That's awesome.
With the showing up every week and he did have one crazy high score. And second place goes to our leader right here, OG, off grid.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, nice. I was aiming for a top 5. So
We're in the top 2. And I got third, but only because one week I did okay, and then I showed up every week. And we had some great scores in there, but not everybody showed up every week. So you could have a 4 coming in first place, but then if you don't show up the rest of the time, that's all you got scored.
Right. Derek said, "Never thought I'd say this, but Poe has nice boobs on the screen." Nice.
I think he was referring to you, Poe, not Elvira.
Don't make him whip them out.
He will.
We just got into double-digit viewers. We'd like to stay there.
What was that comedian that always said, "Excuse me while I whips this out"?
Yeah, that's a good line in Blazing Saddles too.
Yeah, I think that
lady faints. But, yeah, and I don't know. Do you have the scores for this week's tournament? How it finished out? Because I don't know the actual numbers, but I got like 4 million, and you had like 16 million or something like that. Derek had 40 million. And then Ed threw down to 60-something million. Derek, like, you son of a bitch. If Ed was here, I would tell him the words that Derek used to describe him in private, because it's not for public consumption. So, Ed, if you watch this replay, Derek thinks you're an asshole. But, yeah, I just got spanked. I could not play that table. That was a hard table. What was it? I blocked it out of my memory.
Oh, Fallout?
Yeah, I didn't even do a video because it would have been, I would have had negative subscribers at the end of the video. I would have lost 700 subscribers, and I only have 600. So,
there you go.
But anyway,
No,
so,
and I don't have. Sorry, I do not have this week's actual scores in front of me because I gathered the numbers, the 4, the 3s, the 2s, and the 1s.
Yeah, that's cool. That was pretty close. I mean, I know mine was really low. Yours was like 4 times my score, and then Derek had something in the 40 millions, and then Ed threw down I knew it was not going to be good for Derek, because Ed actually sent me a message, and he said that he spent some time playing it. He didn't just throw out a game. He said, "Yeah, I spent a little time and played that table." I was like, "Uh-oh, we're all toast." Ed shot himself a video on how to play it, and then he watched his own video and learned how to beat us.
Well, I set up a tournament on Zachariah yesterday, and I did a video that I released yesterday. The problem is I was using my VR headset. You can set up tournament. I didn't know you could set up tournaments in VR. But anyway, I set one up, but I forgot they start at the top of the hour. I was fiddling around with trying to get my VR to record and all that stuff. It's a pain in the neck. But I finally got it working, so I thought I'll shoot a video. And I thought, well, I'll set up a tournament. You only set them up for 1 day in Zachariah, so it's over now. But then I looked at, I started at 5 after 5, but it won't kick in for 55 minutes. Well, I wasn't going to wait that long, so I just played another game on the video and told people to join my tournament. Well, I didn't even go back and play it. So I don't know.
Well, I saw, talking about Zachariah's tournaments, I saw Jabba put a post in the Discord. You know, it's still open in closed beta stuff, so we can still type in that. And Java put a thing saying about putting the names of who created it. So when you're looking at the list, if there happens to be 3 people that do the same table and your buddy did one of them, you can find it without having to open them all until you get lucky. And he also said about making the tournament length longer instead of just one day. And I posted underneath there and said, yeah, I'm all for that, both sides of that.
And give you a choice if you want. I mean, that's one thing I do like is being able to take, want to do one for a week, I want to do one for one day. I don't know how much work that is for them, but it would be nice.
Yeah. So anyway, your Chaos is here. I don't know. I put his thing, his sup nerds, and now he said grab his glasses. I hope you're not wearing them now because there's nothing. Well, there's the only good thing to look at is the side of Pose. I got to take the chat down though, so you can see the important part. Oh, look at that! Now it went skinny. Now I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Now you really don't want your glasses on. Jeez. Oh, crap.
It's getting worse. I go to try to highlight Elvira's boobs, and we got everything except. So everyone was leaning in, waiting to see it. And I'm like, oh, come on. Oh.
Put the spankerchief away.
So, what, Mike? You had some stuff going on today. We weren't sure you were going to make it, but you made it to the show.
Yeah.
What you have going on?
I was celebrating my birthday with my sister and brother-in-law over at a casino. So we spent the night over there for like one night from Saturday until Sunday. Then came home before the show started. So that was actually fun. I got to gamble a little bit with my sister. I only played like $20 worth of slot machines, and then I stopped because it's like I don't want to lose any more money. And of course, when I went and hanged around my sister, she like gave me a 20. She's like, "Go play some more." All right.
Yeah, I am far too cheap to gamble. I go to Vegas and $20. That's my limit.
Yeah,
that's it. A roll of quarters, and I drop a 10 on red on roulette, which usually gets me one spin, and that's gone. And then I play out those quarters. I always tell myself, if I win a good amount, I'll keep them, but otherwise you just play it out. It's only start with $10. And I have never kept anything. Okay. They get my 10 every time.
Yeah, I did win like $32 on one of the slot machines. It was it's kind of funny. The slot machine kind of looked like Poe. That's why I picked it. And then my brother's like, "Oh, you need to play more." But I was like, "Oh, I won $10, so I want to withdraw it out." And he talked me into playing. It's like I don't usually do that. I like pulling my cash out, especially if I won $10 more. That's a win, Yeah. But no, I played what did what he suggested, and I lost it all. So I could have went on won $10. I would have been happy.
Right. Hey, Case is here. He's not a gambler.
Hey,
He's got to buy those homebrews and stuff.
Yeah.
he's got homebrews to buy. He's got Intellivision games to buy.
We've got casinos here in Kansas City, and I went to them, when I was still working, and it was okay, but kind of like you, I had a limit. I'd say, hey, $20, I'm out of here. Everybody'd say, oh, stay. And if I won 20, I'd leave. And my buddies would all say, man, your head's staying. I said, that's how these lights stay on. If I came in here every day, 120, and walked out, and everybody did that, it'd be broke.
Yeah.
But the funny story I got is Cheryl and I decided to go to, so we don't go to them much around here anymore because they're there, so you get used to them. But we did go to Vegas a couple of times, and I'll never forget this. I mentioned the roulette table. Went to the roulette table, and I was just looking at it because I never have understood it. Cheryl just out of her mouth said, "Put 5 on number 27." And I said, "What, 27?" I sat there and we were bantering back and forth. Well, the ball got rolled, and he closed it for bets. And I sitting there and going, and she said 27. I remember this to this day. That son of a bitch landed on 27.
Oh my goodness!
And what is that? 35 to 1 or 40?
35 to 1. Yeah. So you'd have won what, $175, something like that, on that fiver.
Yeah. So, and she has never let me forget it. Every now and then she'll just look at me. 27.
I was just gonna say, not to diminish your story, but you said you'd go gambling when you were working, but gambling was legal all over the country in the 1800s. So I was confused by the lights comment though. You meant the candles.
Yes.
Hey, you remember though, pinball was considered gambling, wasn't it? The early pinball machines.
Yeah. Pinball was, yeah. Yeah, you watch those old videos in Chicago, and they were smashing all them pinball tables, and the crickets are coming in. They're riding their motorcycles into post. Look, Derek's tired of our banter. He's trying to segue into post segment.
Yeah.
Real quick though about that being illegal. I don't think it was a federal law though. I think it was cities did it. I don't think there's a federal law, but cities did. And Chicago was one of them, and LA was another one.
Yeah, and I think New York did too. Hey, did we point out Derek spent all that time typing that, and he says Bliss and Phil? Or do we just let that slide? Not point it out. But yeah, so how was that expo? Because I think we have someone on the panel that went to that.
Yeah. It was so fun. I almost didn't go. I waited and waited to buy the badge. Because last year I was the first year there without my son. And I started feeling kind of crappy pretty quick after I got there. So I'm just like, I don't know if I'd do that again, But then I found out, that Phil Bliss was going to be there. And we were talking about it. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. Go there. And Game Closet, Dr. Scott was going to be there. And Brian from BD Retro Mods, he was there last year when I was there. And so was Dr. Scott last year, but I didn't get to meet him last year. So this year, I came in there and I didn't really have a plan for much of anything. I wasn't really going to record. And I did that like 3 years in a row. And I always end up, you're not really present when you're recording. You're just kind of, here's everything. Look at all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. So I went in and I right away found a game to buy. I was trying to limit myself to $100 or less. But next thing I knew, before I even saw anybody I knew, I had a whole handful of things that I bought. So, I got to go down and talk to Scott, and that was cool. We talked for quite a while. It actually ended up later. We were both walking around recording everything, coming opposite directions, so we passed each other several times. So, our videos on that will probably be very similar, but.
That's all I have to say about that, apparently.
Oh, it was great seeing you tonight. We'll see you next time.
The rest, and that was not me. He vanished.
I hope it wasn't his audience that kidnapped him again.
Yeah. The crickets came. We heard him riding in.
I'm looking at his YouTube channel right now, and it says that it's been shut down. Do you think that I'm not to be on here?
I don't know. That's strange.
I'm making that shit up. Okay.
Yeah. That's strange. He just vanished. Yeah, because he's off the list too. He doesn't even know it. He's still talking, thinking that we all froze up. He's like, what are you guys doing? Why are you all faking it? Now, when he comes back in, we all just need to be like, oh, fuck, he's back.
He'll go make the face.
I'm sure he didn't.
And that's how it all went. That was a lot of talking. I don't think I could ever do that again. So
You're supposed to Forrest Gump it, and that's all I have to say about that. Oh,
but yeah, before I get cut off again, really cool. Like I said, I did get to meet Bliss again. I met him 2 years ago when he came there, and his wife as well. And they're always great to talk to. Just great people. Bliss is the same great guy you see in his videos there. and we talked a lot of shit about Bart, so that just made my day right there. And,
It says here, Bliss says that you had to be tame. You had to be PG because his wife was there.
well, generally in life, I am a good guy. It's only when I'm at work or on here or in Bliss's chat that I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you got to save that for special occasions.
Right. But yeah, I did things different, opposite ways. Since I went through and I bought the stuff that I wanted, I took that stuff out to the car, and I said, now I'll go ahead and record stuff. So it was a lot better that way. I think went through a second time, recorded what was on the tables, and then went in to their huge arcade. This thing it's grown so much. That's what she said. It was just huge this year, and a lot of pinball again and arcade cabinets, and they had bands playing in another room there, and just a ton of people there. This was the first year that they ever did 3 days instead of just 2, and we got John Hancock there this year. So John Riggs has been there the last 3 years, and this year we had John Hancock also. So that's cool. Never got to meet him before, so I bought a game off of him too. And and seeing Brian from BD Retro Mods. He was the last one that I saw when I was getting ready to leave, so I'm glad I got to see everybody there. And my buddy Josh, my work buddy, I've been friends with for probably about 18 years. He actually volunteered this year. So they did all the setup on Thursday night, and they got 3-day passes for both of them, for just for helping out for 8 hours. So I'm like, that's cool. I don't think I could do that. Like, when I first got there, I did start feeling kind of crappy. As I'm talking to Scott and later Bliss, I wasn't feeling the greatest. But when I took the games back out and took a break and got some coffee and everything, I started feeling all right again. So got like a second win, was able to go do the rest of it. I don't have the video together yet, but I'll put that up. Didn't record near as much as I did the other years, but just wanted to show how everything was there. Really, really interesting pinball tables, stuff like that.
Nice.
I'm curious, that company that had the Kickstarter going, that I backed out on, I think you just changed your mind on, Alice in Wonderland. Was there any talk about that there at the Pinball Expo? You would think that they would be there. I'm just curious if any new companies were there specifically then.
No, I didn't see anybody that was really representing anything for pinball. They do have a tournament there. And once again, I wasn't signed up for it. So there's a certain section of the tables they're going to use for tournaments that are roped off during the tournament. Then once it's over, it's open back up to everybody to go in there and play. But I didn't really talk to too many pinball people while I was there. I did get Bliss's new hat, though. He gave me his new, look at that green screen. So he
That's nice.
That. Yeah, so we're all set.
Is he gonna sell some T-shirts too? I'd like to buy one. His T-shirt.
I think he does have shirts. Was he wearing a shirt? One of those shirts,
like a white one,
Liz?
like a white T-shirt,
Sleeveless, maybe.
sleeveless.
You need a wife beater.
I want that one.
Get the one that he wore live on the show.
Not washed. I want that one.
We got lots of people tonight, but I noticed the Joker was here. Of course, Mike. Retro.
Yeah, Joker's here. Mike's gaming gala decided to show up halfway through the show.
Nice.
He heard Poe got kicked off, so he came in. But Poe was already back.
Mike Hawk. He's excited that he's learning.
Brad, stop talking about your body parts all the time, Brad. Now you're getting older, but it's not all right. My balls was here also.
Right. I should have worn my Flick My Balls shirt. What the heck? Casey has a Bliss shirt.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, well, like Mike here, he brought up I don't want to cut off and end the talk. Was there more to say about the big event?
I just had a great time, so I'm really happy that I did decide to go. Get to see everybody.
Yeah. I planned on surprising you. I took this weekend off work, and I drove all the way up there. I couldn't find the place, and then I realized I was in Pittsburgh, Kansas. So, yeah, their event was not nearly as big. I did find one pinball machine, but it only had 3 legs, and it was kind of sitting on a couple of beer cases. Not very fun. No, you know what I did find though when we went to the movies on Tuesday? I think I sent a picture. The movie theater had their little arcade. It's $1 to play the Pac-Man / Galaga machine. It's like, really?
Yeah, you told us that.
Tokens to pay $1 to play a. Yeah, so that I could not believe it.
What was cool? I was pointing out in my video, maybe if I remember, but they had an Operation Wolf, but then they had an Operation Wolf 3 right next to it, and I don't think I've ever seen Operation Wolf 3 before, so that was cool.
Bliss is throwing down tonight. Oh, maybe you did accidentally say something in front of his wife that angered him. Look at him go. He's going after you. Yeah, Derek was talking about his at Games Pinball. He's still having some issues with it. And all right, are we good? Are we good to move on to the Elvira news?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
But because Mike here, he says he's excited for the Elvira news. Hope At Games gets their firmware in order so he can bring his machine back online with confidence. Yeah, some people are having troubles with those 4K. Some people are not, I guess. I don't know. Like we said, Ed's back online doing a couple videos, and that's what he plays on. Unless he switched back to his regular, I think he still has his first pinball at Games. Maybe he switched back to that and he just doesn't want to talk about his 4K problems. I didn't ask him, but
he doesn't. He's not using. I know at one time he's using one of the pinball front ends like Emporium or the other one and playing pinball PPX. Using the at Games tape machine, you can do that.
Right. Yeah.
So, are you saying he's playing at Games? At Games come out with their own version. You know, they use Magic Pixel, which is it. Zachariah quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he was playing. I think he plays still. He'll do VPX and he'll do Pinball FX and all that stuff on his at Game 4K using that on the go stuff or whatever they call it. Yeah.
Right.
What's Derek saying? Fun story. I always calls Omar because I wrecked my car and made the hood look like a tent. Nice. Kaos says Derek. But yeah, there was some big pinball news since our last show. And Zen Studios, they saw all that stuff Zachariah's doing with all their mods and stuff, said we can't get left behind. And it's Halloween season, so I guess I could just play these. Should I play the video thing?
Yeah, hopefully it'll play.
Yeah, if it'll play. If not, you'll see a black screen and we'll be like, God damn son of a mother.
Are you ready to play? I can tell you've done this before.
Jiggle physics.
Keep all body parts inside the crate. My favorite. You devil, you. Unpleasant dreams. Hey, let's party!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, monstrous! Ooh! Oh! Now we're cooking. Let's boogie!
Thank you, boy. Live. Organ.
Ooh, nice organ. Ooh, jackpot! How about another ball?
Nice. Oh, had to go get a spanky hanky out, I guess. I didn't put up any chats. Chaos said this is my favorite table. That was when Scared Stiff was playing, it is one of my favorite tables, Scared Stiff. I have actually never played Elvira and the Party Monsters in the wild, and I've only ever played. There's a version for VPX, but it's not 100% accurate. So I've never played an accurate representation of or the actual table. Mike, you've played that table though, right?
Yeah, I played it over at the Pinball Museum along with Elvira Haunted House. That one's from Stern. And that one's a really good game. That was her newest one she did. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's what someone did for VPX. They did a mashup between Haunted House and the Party Monsters. So there are some elements from both. So I've never played an actual either digital or real life rendition of that. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, I'm going to get it for the table, and I'm going to get it for the Quest in VR for sure. I'm going to get both of those tables. Now they are selling those separately. It's not a pack. It's not a 2-pack. So I'm guessing you're going to get them probably for $5 a piece or whatever they are, $5.49, something like that each, instead of being like a 2 for $7 or something like that. So, yeah.
You know, VPX, what was that? What's that? Whoa Nelly. You know, Whoa Nelly has 2 versions, an adult version on VPX, and I have Elvira's also got a adult version. You can switch them up. I forget what the hotkeys are to switch them, but anyway, it does have that option.
Yeah, I have the Whoa Nelly one because
those are the keys that are all sticky on your keyboard.
Right. Poe's just in stealth mode here. He's making he's not here, and then all of a sudden we hear him. But yeah, these Elvira tables that are coming out though. They are very highly requested. People have been every time they say there's a new announcement, everyone's like Elvira. It's nice to see them doing it. I'm pretty stoked. Like I said, I'll be double dipping Steam and VR. I don't know. Yeah, in that Pinball Effects VR. Yeah, and Poe, you gonna partake in these tables?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make a little side wager with you, Bart. You said you thought they were gonna be about how much a piece?
$5.49.
I'm gonna bet they're $9.
You think? Each?
I mean, I could be way wrong. So we'll just see. I mean, but they're big names, big titles. Look how much they're getting. I think I might be conservative on it. Look what they get for Indiana Jones. And what's the other one with the gal? Yeah.
Oh, the Lara Croft ones?
Yeah. Look at what they're getting for those pieces.
I got a question. At 74, Cassandra Peterson is still hot. Sadly, she's not into dudes anymore. I can relate to the anymore part. Is that what he's relating to? She's not into dudes anymore.
I don't think she's ever been in. Maybe she was at one time. Well, she has a daughter, so she had to.
Yeah. Or she was good at faking.
No, she was married to a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she switched teams. But
oh, Salvatore.
Hey, Salvatore's here. Yeah, I keep putting up all those talk about the 4K machine because I think some of the people might be in different channels, so I'm putting them up here so they can read them at their leisure.
I'm still looking at Mike's comment there. Cassandra, sadly, she's not into dudes anymore. I can relate. Oh, I get it. Mike's not into guys anymore. Okay, I got it. Had trouble catching it.
Yeah. But I just got messaged something. But anyway, yeah. So yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought. I mean, and he is, his birthday was this week, so he's of age now. So
I'm legal.
He hasn't met me yet. Where do I give him a big hug?
in just
I do agree with you. I do agree with that comment. Mike is cute. I'm sorry. Did that make anybody uncomfortable? I don't know.
No.
Bliss is on fire tonight. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Bliss and I had a whole conversation where he was just swearing like a sailor. I recorded it. I had fun in my pocket, so that'll be in my video. I heard the things he was saying. Made me blush.
Throwing random quotes in his chat during his show. You should have heard Phil say this. Oh man. Now that sounds like a great time though. I'd love to go to one of those things. Those gaming expo things.
Yeah, there's so much cool stuff, especially if you're like just starting collecting. You'll be blown away if you don't have anything in your area like that to buy games at. But at the same time, at least my experience this time around, there wasn't a whole lot of things that jumped out at like as great prices. They were good, but close to eBay prices. But then you're not paying shipping or anything either. So I had a hard time actually. I'm like, I want to get this game in this game. I'm like, well, do I want to spend the $15 on that or just continue to play the ROM on an Mega Drive? You know, so and there was one guy there that was selling a Boy and His Blob for the NES boxed, and the tag on it said $50, where there were other people selling just the game loose, you know, for $12, $15. So I opened the box and I'm looking and there's not even a manual inside, and the box was pretty beat. And as I said to the kid, I'm like, you don't have the manual for this. And he's like, no, but we can talk shop. And I'm thinking, I'm not talking shop here for a beat-up box because you'll probably bring it down to 40. I could go buy 2 of them at another vendor loose for that price, you know. So, no thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to they had a sporting show around here in one of the big auditoriums. And the guy had a knife booth set up. A bunch of people with knives, you know. It was, they say bow hunter. I think it was a bow hunter type thing. But anyway, I went up to this one counter, beautiful little knife, and he says, handmade knives. I said, how much? Said, $4. And I thought, man, $400, that's a lot of money, but it sure looks nice. I said, $400, huh? And he says, $4,000. I was like,
well, Bliss and I had something similar there. Where we met up when he first got there, they had an Atari 5200 playing Centipede, and they had the 5200's trackball there. And I never had one before. I always looked at them and liked them. But he asked the guys, like, how much for that? And the guy's like, the sticker's on it. Well, they had an old sticker. I don't know if it was Kmart or what, from 40 years ago, still on the box when it was on clearance. And Bliss was like, so $15? And the guy's like, no, that's not the sticker. We should have been like, too late. 15, he said it was on the sticker. But then we looked and it was more like 200, I think, or 200 something. We were both like, hell no.
We got an international incident happening in our chat. So, oh, sup, Mike? You got to be specific. There's 3 mics now. We got our mic on the show. Mike's Gaming Gal, and what's the other Mike's name? I can't remember.
Mike's Gaming Cockers.
Mike damaged his pee-pee. Is here. He's damaged goods. Oh. $200, Bliss says.
Yeah, $200.
$200.
I mean,
Yeah,
that booth does every year. He has a lot of cool stuff there, but it's like I don't.
This guy I was talking. This guy at this show. I mean, I pissed him off. I mean, and I don't know why. Why would you not say? Why would you say 4? I could have said $4, but I assumed it'd be 400. And then he said 4,000, and he said it like hatefully, like, "How dare you say my knife's only worth 400?" And I thought, "How dare you get upset because I'm walking away? You ain't getting 4,000 out of me."
Nice. See, sometimes I get nervous after I click to put posts up if it's Mike's Gaming Gal and it's too long because I don't pre-read them. So, oh, nice. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
It's actually not a bad idea, Mike. If I were ever that bad of a person. Yeah, this is my old lady. She don't have any teeth.
She really likes crack, though.
Just word a message. Not now, honey.
Just wait. Wait. It's a coming. It's a coming. Oh, man. It's been a long weekend. I'm tired. I got my cherry Coke Zero, though, so I'm good.
I got my Mia water. Little Hawaiian punch fruit flavoring squirted into a bottle of water. Best thing they ever made.
I got my Modelo beer that I got from the casino. I forgot to drink it there.
Nice. Oh,
yeah, I was told not to drink it at the lobby, otherwise it'd get security. So I brought it to my room. But it's no fun to drink in your room. You want to drink it in front of other people. So
they won't let you drink they won't let you drink in the lobby?
No. I guess they're concerned I might cause a scene or something, but it's just one beer. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. For Poe, when he goes, they don't let him drink in the lobby because it's not when he's drinking, it's when he's relieving it out in the planet.
I see. I see no problem. No problem with that, especially in the arcade yesterday. It's dark.
Yeah.
You might step in a puddle, but you're not going to see anything. So.
Yeah. They shouldn't have put that fake palm tree in that corner anyway. People using it. What are you drinking, Poe?
I have coffee, which I shouldn't be drinking because I'll be going to bed after this, but I have coffee and my pink cup, and it has pumpkin spice. I'm just your typical white girls from Pennsylvania.
So what are you smoking?
Nice. See, I was worried because I saw Greg had his water bottle there, but it clearly wasn't water. And I thought maybe you just didn't want to go to the bathroom, so you were using it as a piss bottle, and maybe you need to go see the doctor. It wasn't looking too good.
Yeah, that's definitely not the color you want your pee to be at. That is
then you took a swig of it, and then it's like, I'm learning things about Greg I didn't know.
I didn't put any of this in here that I'm about to tell you about, but I'll tell you what. Michelle and I did go to the liquor store the other day. We had some company coming over, and we always like to have a glass of wine. We were fine. And anyway, went into this big liquor store they got next town up, and they had a whole section full of it's a citrus flavored, non-carbonated, 10 milligrams of THC per shot. It's $40 for a fifth of it. I bought it. I bought a bottle. I'll tell you what, they make me pretty happy.
Oh, that's funny stuff.
It's kind of hard to believe, though, since they legalized that stuff in certain places. I don't know about where you guys are at, but here, you're seeing all kinds of stuff, and I just can't figure out. I thought it was all supposed to be sold in a dispensary, but they're selling in the liquor store. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm in Texas, so you can't buy it recreational. You can't buy it medicinal. I think if you actually write it all out with the full name, you can get arrested in Texas. They're pretty strict here still. But if you cross right into the New Mexico border, there's some some weed shops right across the border. I don't know how that works out.
Same thing here with Kansas is on our state line. It's funny. Kansas has legalized online gambling, but Missouri doesn't. And we have marijuana period now, and they don't. So you see people driving from here to there with their weed, and you see people driving from here to there to place their bets. You know?
They want to place a bet. They come over to your state first, get high, and then they bet more.
Yeah, yeah. You know that there's one dispensary right on the state line. It's on the Missouri side, but I mean, you could throw a rock into Kansas, and man, I'm telling you what, you go to that store. It's always crowded, and they're always Kansas license plates.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what a gold mine to open that up right there.
Yeah. Well, I think I told you guys for it when I was in Arkansas. We were in a dry county, and it's a border county, and so it was up against Missouri, and it's far closer to drive to Missouri than it was to go to another Arkansas county that wasn't dry. And when I met Kelly, actually, she worked at one of the 3 liquor stores that were within a half mile of the state line. They're a tiny little town with just, you know, handful of people, but they had 3 liquor stores because everyone from Arkansas would drive up there to get their beer.
Nobody in that town paid taxes. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. And I always laugh because whenever they try to put it on the ballot to make our county wet, they'd say, no, there's no need because all of the Arkansas counties evenly distribute based on population the alcohol sales money. I'm like, yeah, but we're a border county. People are going to Missouri. Missouri ain't going to share any of that alcohol sales money. They're not going to give us a penny. But Missouri also had a way lower cigarette tax. So people, while they're up at the liquor store, they'd get a couple cartons of cigarettes too. And you'd save like $1 a pack on the taxes. So
all the sinning right across the border.
Anything that's fun, they just overtax.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy, but I don't know. I always thought it was kind of silly. You have a dry county, and then people that want to go out and drink at a bar, they just have that much further to drive home after they've been drinking. So it's like, yeah, let's not have them drive 2 miles or a mile from the bar to their house. Let's have them drive 3 counties. That's a great idea.
You know, Salvador mentions Oregon. You know, but it's kind of strange that you can get weed easier than you can get booze. But that's something else that's really kind of drove me nuts. If you drive by these dispensaries here in Missouri, you can't have a drive-through liquor store because they don't want you, you know, buying the liquor and drinking it on the way home. Not that you couldn't do it if you bought it at a grocery store, but still, I guess that's the theory behind it. But every one of these dispensaries has a drive-through line, and you ought to see it. The cars are just backed up that people don't want to get out. And they just, you know, when it's hot, they just lined up, and you can actually order on an app on your phone and just drive up and pick it up. So, you know, it just shows you how strange the laws are. No drive-through liquor, but you can drive through marijuana all you want. I mean, it seems kind of for something that was totally illegal and a felony years ago. Well, it still is a felony, I guess.
I missed this. Casey said about collecting retro games and race RC cars. I saw that Derek had responded to it, and I'm like, what? So sorry, Casey, I missed your chat go through there. Yeah, I used to do RC cars when I was in the Navy. We'd go out. There's a cool place in Jacksonville. They had a dirt track. It was all clay. They had hose bibs and stuff, so you could spray it down. You get really good grip. It was pretty cool.
Did you do electric or gas?
Mine was electric. Yeah.
I eventually went to electric, but I'll tell you what, the gas ones were cool.
Oh man.
God, you spent forever trying to tune them in and get, you know, the mixture just right. Oh.
They had a paved oval, and this dude, he had a gas-powered, like, NASCAR stock car thing, and he was hauling that, and he flipped that thing, and it launched off the side of the bank oval. It just, I hate to think of what that thing looked like, but yeah, I just had a little electric, you know, dune buggy looking thing, sand rail thing. So that was cool.
It's fun stuff though. It's gaming. It's gaming. I mean, you got those joysticks.
Yeah. See, Bliss knows. I have a great point. It is. I always thought it was silly, but yeah, make people drive further. Or if they're having a party and someone just needs to make a beer run, make them drive 30 miles to go get the beer instead of just up the street to the local store. All right, I'm just getting caught up. You guys can talk. I'm just trying to get caught up on the
something to
chat.
bring up real quick. I noticed we were talking about Zachariah earlier, and I forget who it was stated something about, there's a lot of things they wish they did different. And I agree, there are a few things I wish they did different. But I'll tell you what, this last week, Bart took care of me. He sent me a text saying, hey, man, that you have to have help me out, Bart. You have to have buy a pack that has VR in it, right? You have to buy the VR feature.
Yeah.
Zachariah on Steam. Right. And it was half price. But once you buy that, all your tables, I bought it, and all my tables just instantly, you don't have to rebuy the tables in VR like you do with FX. And I'm telling you what, once I got it down, I'll tell you, I told Bart I had trouble with it first. I had to overnight a USB cable to my house. I kept trying to do it. I followed all the instructions. Well, you got to have a USB 3.0 cable. And a good one, high data rates. And I know I had one around here before because I did X-Plane 11 VR. Well, I know I had it, but I couldn't find one. Every plug I plugged in, and you got to look for those blue ends, and I just couldn't find one. So I overnighted one from Amazon and plugged it in the back of the computer. Bing, bang, boom. It just all worked great. So tell you what, Zachariah VR is really cool, and every one of the tables, from the deluxe to the remastered to all those different ones, the old ding machines I call them, all can be played in VR. It's just a cool experience. They did a great job on that. So my thing is Zachariah has done a good thing. Maybe they missed a few things, but not compared to what we had, what we got now. My God.
Yeah. Now, if I remember correctly, Jabba said he was having some kind of problem with his Quest 3 with the latest update. I don't know what exactly happened. I always play with my Quest 2 when I play. But yeah, and I did want to mention this and I forgot, and I'm glad you brought it up, Greg, because the Steam sale is almost over, right? But I think all the Pinball FX tables and Pinball FX3 tables are on sale as part of the Steam sale right now. Zachariah Pinball has sale stuff also that's going on. Some of those, if you don't already have like the Platinum Pack and you're just wanting to buy the individual tables, they're like 60% off or something like that. So you can get even the newest tables for like $1.50 or something like that. It's pretty crazy. The VR pack is normally $15. I think you paid $6, right, Greg?
$6.99 or $5.99. I can't remember. Something 99. I don't know why they do.
It's right. Yeah, it's right around $6, $6 or $7. It's normally $15, so it's a great. I paid $7.50. It was 50% off when I got it. But just updated. Oh, I heard about that. Casey just updated OBS, and now his Stream Deck isn't working. There's supposed to be a patch for Stream Deck that you can get, and it will work with the newest update of OBS. I just read that yesterday or Friday. I can't remember what. A bunch of people on Reddit were saying, "What the heck just happened? My Stream Deck isn't working." So look for that, Casey. Look for an update on the Stream Deck software. I don't know if it's a firmware thing. I don't have one, so I can't help you out any more than that. But I did see people say there is an update that's supposed to make your Stream Deck work again.
You talk about OBS. I have one time, I think, Bart, this is back when you and I were just doing that pinball stuff. I think I contacted you. I updated OBS, and a couple of my mics just quit working. And it said it couldn't load the drivers, nothing would work. So I happened to have the executable for the previous version. I happened to save that, so I put it on, and now I've got the every time OBS asks if you want an update, I say no. So I figured, well, fix something ain't broke.
I haven't updated my OBS in the last 4 updates, I think.
Yeah.
And I think the one before that, I accidentally was like, clicked yes. I'm like, no, oh, darn it. End clear black 3377. Zachary Live multiplayer is having issues right now, but they are aware of it and likely get it fixed. That is one thing. Zachary is doing a great job of fixing things. They're getting a lot of patches out quickly. And that's great information for people to know. And he's bringing up another greatest thing about Zachariah is that multiplayer. Like we said before, if they get their tournaments figured out with more than just the one-day tournament, Zen's in trouble because Zachariah's got like all the features, and then they got the stuff like the multiplayer and the VR that just works. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. But so yeah, I'm sure they'll get that fixed, that multiplayer. But it's a lot of fun. And if you haven't tried it before, the only thing that multiplayer is missing is voice chat. But like when Greg and I play, we just call each other and you put your phone on speakerphone, set it down on the cabinet, and you can talk smack just like if you're in the same room. It's a great time.
Another thing you can do too is I found this out is use the Discord too. I'll tell you what. Sometimes if you want to, like, I can use the Discord on this PC and play multiplayer with Bart on Zachariah, and we can talk over Discord and no need to even have another device. So that's another thing to think about is our Discord channel does have a live chat. Matter of fact, Bart and I've been in it before, and I know there's been people in the room just eavesdropping. So,
right.
You can see who's on the chat.
You're playing, then all of a sudden someone else talks in the chat. And you're like, whoa, hey, how's it going? Yeah, they have bots too. So you can play, if you want to play a 2-player game and you don't have any friends, you can play a 2-player game against the computer. It's pretty neat. I've messed with it myself.
Poe has to do that.
So, yeah. Yeah. So,
every time I try to play with myself, somebody drops in. They're watching. I don't know whether
ain't nobody want to listen to that.
Hey, Chaos gave $1. Shout out to Chaos Super Chat, $1.
Thank you, Chaos.
That must have went to Mike, huh?
It was. Thank you, Chaos.
It says paired. Oh yeah, and I can't get money anyway. So it was hard to figure out how to. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Chaos, you're an all right guy. I don't know why Poe always talks shit about you. I mean, I do because he says why, but I'm not going to say it publicly.
I thought about Chaos yesterday. They did have some old Matchbox cars there in Dublin video. They had a Snoopy Matchbox car. So Snoopy and Matchbox that screams Chaos.
That's Chaos.
He
Chaos in a
that.
box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I collecting that stuff.
Well, if you need something to fill in time, I'm just going to mention a couple things that Switch 2. I got one. You got one now too, don't you, Poe?
Yes.
Too? Yeah. I'll tell you what. I've been I've taken away from this now that the Zachariah 3D's out or VR because I've just been on it. Seems like constantly, but I have been on the Switch 2 playing Tears of the Kingdom, the Switch 2 version. And I did go ahead and get Street Fighter 6, and I did get. It's the first time I've bought one. It's the only option I had besides buying a digital copy. I had to buy one of those new cards that doesn't have anything on it. It's just a key card. It said right on the front of the package, this is just a key card. So you have to have the card in to play it. You have to have it in to download it, but it doesn't hold any game. The only advantage to that is you can sell it. You can actually sell it and somebody else can take possession. I got to step out for just 1 second. I'll be back here in just a minute.
All right.
And it is Mario's 40th birthday, so they're going to have certain games coming out throughout the year to celebrate that. But I did end up buying Galaxy 1 and 2, the physical cartridge for the Switch 2. But they're not even going to enhance it until next year, I think, for the Switch 2, I think. So, but my boy, the first thing he did, I sent him a picture of Mario Galaxy box that I had, and he said, sucker. He called me a sucker for buying the thing again, because we already had both of them for the Wii. And then when they came out with that Mario collection, 5 years ago, that was limited, we bought that physical edition and digital, and it had Mario Galaxy 1 on it already. So I already had Mario Galaxy 1 for the Switch 2. Now I went and bought it again.
Nice.
Sorry about that. Bella spent the weekend with us because Travis had some stuff to do this weekend. Yeah.
Bella Lugosi?
Huh?
It is.
No, yeah, that's his little chihuahua's name. Ours is Betty, his is Bella, and she spent the weekend with me. And she always, anytime she stays for any length of time, her and I just hit it off so good. She got to come in here, and she just drives you nuts on the way home if she didn't come in here and get a little hug and a loving from Grandpa.
Nice.
And my daughter, when she moved back in, she brought 2 of her own cats, which they pretty much stay in her room. And she was going on about it. One day, it's like, I can't catch them if I needed to take them to the vet or anything. They run away, they hide, this and that, and they're kind of scary, scaredy cats. I walked right into that room and sat down and called them by name, and they both came right over to me. They're rubbing on me. I'm like, oh, it must be you and your attitude. They know I'm a good guy, and you and your mom are just, oh, I shouldn't say that.
See, now
cats are smart, and they know that you've got some PBR and some Pall Malls, and they said, "This is the guy."
This is the guy. See, now I was sitting on the couch the other day, minding my own business, and Shelby said something to her dog Bo, and then Kelly said something to Shelby's dog Bo, and then Bo turned around and climbed all up in my face and started climbing. I'm like, what the? I'm the one who didn't say anything. I tell that dog every single day, usually right around 6 o'clock in the evening, that dog will climb up and get all up in my face. And I say the same thing to her every day. I don't like dogs. What are you doing here? And she just acts like she don't speak English. I don't know. Then she lays down on the couch.
With Notch like that too.
She'll lay down on the couch then when I get her off of me, between me and Kelly. And Kelly gets her back. I get her feet, and she just starts freaking out. She's kicking me and lunging on Kelly, and we're like, this couch ain't big enough for us all. We're going to have to do something. But craziest dog I ever seen.
I'll tell you what, I wish I was younger and had some property. I don't know what's gotten in. It's probably because I'm older. Maybe I feel this way now, but if I had property and didn't have to work, I'd have 100 dogs, taking care of my property. There's a guy on YouTube that's actually done that. He's set up a shelter, and he grows coffee in Northern California, and he uses that to support his farm, which he takes in dogs. And he's built condos for them. Like, well, Barty's kind of like, they're like your little off-grid homes, the tiny, and he's just got a bunch of them. He's just cool to watch. I don't know, guys. He's Hawaiian. He's Hawaiian too, Mike. He's a Hawaiian dude. I can't remember his last name, but it's one of those ones hard to pronounce. Rocky Kakaru.
Come on out from LA.
Macadamia nut.
Hey, we got a question here. Elvira and the Party Monsters or Scared Stiff? Which are you more excited for? Before we answer, people in the chat, put down put a 1 in the chat for Party Monsters or a 2 for Scared Stiff. Which ones are you most excited for of the 2 new tables that are coming out for Zen Pinball? I'll go ahead and start for the 4 of us. For me, it's Scared Stiff, although I don't have any experience for Party Monsters, so I am excited to play it. But Scared Stiff is one of my favorite of all time, so that's what I'm going to go with. Poe, what do you got?
Oh, it's in the title. What are you excited for? Scared Stiff? I think they both look great. I couldn't tell you really. I played an Elvira table in Ohio, and I don't even remember now which one it was. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just cool because everybody's been screaming for these 2. for the longest time. So now, what else do we have to look forward to with Zen?
Yeah, nice. Mike, what do you got one of them that you're more excited for?
I did play a little bit of those two. But I have to be honest, I like the Haunted House from Stern more. I played that a lot more when I was at the Pinball Museum. I mean, I know it's not one of the two choices, but that's the one's I mean, if I could, I would buy that and have it at my house because that's how much I love
Where's
that
the mute
pinball.
button? Mike doesn't know how to play this game.
But I like them
A
though.
or B?
They're both fun. I can't choose between the two though. They're both fun.
Yeah. Greg, do you have a preference on the two?
Yeah, I do. The only problem for me is I'm a 70-year-old man, and I'm going with Scared Stiff, but I need a Viagra before I can.
See, Greg is old, but he's wise. He knew he better throw in the Viagra joke before one of us gets to it. He knew it was coming. It looks like there's a lot of twos that are in there. So that was Scared Stiff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I just have a lot more experience with Scared Stiff. And Derek said Party Monster seems to have better callouts. I am curious about that because Scared Stiff does have a PG version. In the actual arcade game, they can switch it to turn off some of her callouts. I hope this is not, edited and we get the full version.
They should have come out with it for Pinball. Yeah. And I mean, they need to stop ignoring Pinball.
Yeah.
Casey got his Stream Deck working.
Just in time, because he'll be live tomorrow. So he needs
before it scrolls
one of my favorite call-outs with her is, she's sitting there and every now and then she'll say something depending on what happened. My favorite one is she looks like she hit her head and somebody asked her, how's your head? And she goes, I've had no complaints.
Yeah. And there is that in Scared Stiff, there's that thing, actually those skulls that are by Pose, I guess that's your right shoulder. But if you hit it up there, that's the heads that you get. So she has call outs about head a lot on there.
Yeah.
Pose leaning into her boobs. Is that what you mean? Which one do you mean?
Wouldn't everybody have been surprised if it wasn't Elvira at all and they gave us the Dolly Parton pickles? You still get boobs, but they're covered in rhinestones.
Yeah, see, Kelly's played it. One of the call outs, if you get the heads and it'll rotate, you don't know which one you're going to get, and there's different point values, and one of them is good head. And yeah, good head, my favorite.
Did you guys have knockoff Elvira types hosting scary movies in your areas, like local, when you were growing up? Because we had one named Mona. Saturdays, they would be like scary shows on it. She would just dress like her and have the implants and everything. It was, as a kid, it was awesome.
Yeah, I've seen stuff about, documentary style, saying the different things around the country that would do that. But I never saw. If we had one in Phoenix, which it would surprise me if they didn't. I never saw it, but I don't know. But yeah,
I'll tell you what I like. I do like that. I'm glad they're coming out with this. But I've still said my favorite pinball machine playing in real life that they've got at the pinball place here is a Batman 66. I don't know why, but if I could. But
that's a cool one.
But people like it. So I mean, a used one in excellent condition is going to cost you $12,000 to $15,000.
Yeah.
Used.
Yeah, it's an amazing table though. It is a great table, and they do have a pretty good recreation in BPX.
Yes.
They spent a lot of time making that Batman 66. Yes. Matter of fact, it's such a good recreation. You kind of have to have a pretty decent computer to run it.
Yeah.
My original table that I had, it wouldn't hardly run it. It really ran poorly between the just all the stuff that was going on and then the pop pinup thing. What do you call it? The videos that are playing on the background. It just, my computer struggled. So yeah. Look at Derek saying what we're saying while we're saying it. VPX of Batman 66 is cool too. But gotta have updated code.
Derek's pretty smart speller.
Yeah. Anyway, so
did you see that video I sent you guys of that Big Trouble in Little China, the homebrew table. That thing looked pretty awesome.
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China.
Pinball?
Yeah, I think I sent it. I might have sent it on Facebook Messenger to you guys one day, the link to it. I can't remember.
Yeah. I don't remember. It's what's it for?
They made an actual table. It's a homebrew table. These guys made.
Oh.
So
Oh,
it
nice.
looked pretty awesome.
Nice. Oh, yeah, pup pack. That's what I was trying to think of, the pup packs.
Yeah, the pup
Play-
back on that Batman 66 is cool. I mean, it's got so much clips from the original show.
Right. Yeah, it is a great table, but like I said, mine's struggle. I've never tried to install it since I updated this computer with the new video card and then the new processor chip. But I don't play much VPX because there's just so many tables, especially with Zaccaria now doing their update. I got all the FX, I got the FX VR, I got the Zaccaria in VR. There's just so much stuff. I don't mess with VPX anymore because of the hassles. You know, you do one upgrade, it breaks 27 tables, and then you do something to fix those 27, you find another 18 that now don't work. It's like, well, hang on, what happened here? I got tired of tinkering. I
have not upgraded mine for the longest time because basically I've got so many tables, and at my age, I don't think I could. If I played one a day, I don't think I'll live long enough to play them all. I mean, I've got probably thousands of tables on that machine because when they first came out, I was putting them on there 20 a day, 30 a day.
Yeah. Because when I first got mine going with VPX and all that, I kind of said, and it's the same thing with the iArcade, and I got that chip, you know, the first chip we could get before we even got the Viper and all that stuff. And I said, I'm only going to put on the games that I really like. I'm not going to flood this thing with hundreds of games. How'd that work out, Poe? How many games?
I agreed with you, and I was the first one that broke. As soon as they would have something new up on the Discord, I had to think. So now I got to think, do I have this already? Let's take a look. And with the Viper, I was really bad because you could just go in there and download. So you go into the main category, and I'm just like, yeah, download all. So they're there, they're sitting there. But then I have that problem. You're trying to go through and look for the game you want. You got a billion games on the thing, you know.
Yeah, and I got some of them on both sides, the arcade side and the Viper side. And it's like, why did I just download that? I already have it, you know. But yeah, I got triple digits on both sides of that on that iArcade. But I swore this is only going to have like 20 games, maybe 30 tops, so I can just look at the ones I want to play and play them. And now it's
and mine doesn't always like the iArcade side doesn't always keep my most recent. Like when you turn it on, you can go to recents, and they might have been something that I know that I played, and it's just not on that list for some reason.
Yeah, my recents doesn't seem to work on the arcade side. But anyway, yeah, it is a challenge. It's kind of like, you know, when I used to collect DVDs and I had 1,000 DVD movies and all that stuff on it. I'd spend so much time trying to pick out a movie. It's like, I'm just going to go to bed. I've been looking for a movie for the last 45 minutes, and I'm just going to go to bed. So, but
well, there is something I got to say before I go. There will be no pinball tournaments this month for the month of October. I've just got too much stuff going on this month that involves the weekends, and so sorry about that. Now, if you watch my channel and look in Discord, I might throw one up. But
yeah, guys, just play a bunch of Pinball M games this month. Get ready for Halloween.
I might put a few on my channel. I might be able to do that. But as far as tracking a tournament, and so yeah, I may put a tournament up here and there. But I think if I do, I may be putting them up in Zaccaria. The only thing is if I put a video out on it and you see it tomorrow, it'll be over.
Right. Yeah. The day of is all you got.
I'm going to give Kaos a plug. You go on FX3. Yeah, it seems like he always has a tournament running. So if you want to play in some tournaments, check out Kaos on Pinball FX3.
Yeah. And Poe brought up Pinball M, and I think I put something in the Discord channel that they did do an announcement. They had planned on releasing some Pinball M, possibly more than one table. this October, and something happened. They're being kind of cryptic at what happened, but something happened, and it's to be determined. People are having thoughts that there was a licensing issue, that they had tables ready to go, and then the licensing fell through, so now they can't release the tables. But I don't know what happened, but they did announce that they had plans on releasing tables for October, and they're not doing it. Something happened, and the tables won't be released. But they haven't given up on Pinball M. But it's been such a long time since they released a table.
This goes back to what we were talking about with my having Pinball the Elvira tables. That's what, get my thoughts straight. You go to the Elvira tables, we were talking about whether they'd have the adult like call outs in it or not, or whether they'd have both versions. I thought that was what M was for anyway. I would probably double dip in M and Pinball FX on the Elvira table because M was supposed to be mature. It was supposed to be scary and maybe a little mature.
Well, I tell you, if they released the Elvira tables and made her topless on the back glass, they would sell out. Pinball M would pass FX. Yeah. People, I mean, yeah. Look at the success that OnlyFans has, and that will tell you how dumb guys are. You put boobs on the thing, people will buy it. But Pinball M version with even racier stuff, Pinball M would just destroy with sales. Yeah. Looks like he was saying some people said they were going to add Williams tables to N, maybe like Dracula. That would be kind of cool if they did some of the horror tables that were released. But I don't know. So anyway, we're past that hour mark. We're at about an hour and 15, and I'm gonna have to get pretty quick. So I am about running out of steam. Did you guys have anything you want to talk about before we go into final thoughts?
Well, Mike and I had both been playing Silent Hill. And actually, I was inspired by Mike because it wasn't something I was going to buy right away, but I watched him play, so I had to get the thing. And but I haven't played since last week, and I wanted to play Friday evening, and it didn't happen. But really enjoying that game, and then watching Mike play first, so that I know not to be a big wuss when I go through there and scream like a girl. But
yeah, it's funny. I actually watched them in the reverse order. I missed Mike's first one, so I watched yours first, and I thought, man, this game is impossibly hard. And then I watched Mike and said, oh, no, Poach is
It is good to learn, though, because when the second video I did came around, from watching Mike, I saw that, you don't have to fight that dude. So I didn't. Like a little girl, I tiptoed around with my light turned off and made it through without fighting him. So that was cool.
Yep.
And then I watched the Scarecrow part on Mike's. I'm sure I'm going to F that up big time by the time I finally play that part. That part is creepy as hell. That is creepy.
Yeah, for the Scarecrow part, just it's what's her name? Hiroko or whatever, the female protagonist. It looks like her, so make sure you match the scarf. It should be red. And then it's
now,
usually her.
Back later and you went to the white costume. That would be nice if they switched the Scarecrow to white. Then you'd know immediately. Run right in there. I finally figured out it's her you gotta pick, because you saw what happened on my last playthrough. I picked all the Scarecrows were chasing me because all my weapons got destroyed. You look like Jack Sparrow when all the natives were chasing him down the beach.
I'm going to be playing that tonight, though, so I'll be continuing on that game. So after the stream, then I'm going to be hopping on the PS5 and playing it.
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch that. That's the only bad part about work nights is you go on at 11 o'clock my time. So.
Yeah. And then something I wanted to pass on. So anybody that's got a PS5 Pro, there's been issues with it. So was it with the graphics? I put some notes. Let me see. Yeah, the PS5's Pro PSSR AI upscaling. So they're having issues with the visuals, glaring issues like the shimmering grass, noisy shadows, and flickering reflections. And there's also been a drop on the FPS. So that's what's kind of going with on. I seen a lot of videos. I'm like, oh boy, I'm kind of glad I didn't get the Pro because they had issues with the other Silent Hill 2 with it because it's running like crap on it, as well as on this one. A lot of people are not happy. So if you have the normal one, it's not going to have any issues on it. I haven't had any issues on the game. It looks fantastic on a regular PS5. So sometimes not having the Pro is better.
Saying that like Fred Gwynn and Pet Cemetery, not having the Pro is better.
Well, what they did is they lowered, was it the resolution, and they're letting the AI take over, and it's the upscaling is kind of ruining some of the graphics on the game. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer because I was going to get one, and now I'm kind of like, nah, I'm not going to buy it since they're having issues with that system.
I didn't buy two, but I saw it yesterday, the physical at the Gaming Expo, but it was still, I think, $59 there, the vendor that had. I'm like, I'm not doing that, you know. If they would have had it for a little bit cheaper, I would have considered it. But.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Greg fell asleep. Oh, there he is. There he is.
No, that album over here fell down and part of the sleeve came out. And boy, I'll tell you what, they put those things together so tight anymore. It's hard to get it back in there. And I wanted to put it back because I just bought that.
Yeah, there's a joke there. Post thinking.
I want to answer Kaos's question. He said all they'd have to do is give her colorful clothes. I think that's what he meant. Yeah, if you get the day one, so I had mine pre-ordered, you do get the alternate outfit, which is the white outfit that she gets. And then if you buy the other one that's online, you can get the bunny costume.
The bunny,
so you can go around being a furry, I guess.
Nice. Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
I might just have to do that to differentiate our gameplay. I mean, you're way better at it than I am, but still, I think a pink bunny costume would really do the trick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and
true.
Another nice thing is Savage keeps showing up to your stream, so that's cool. It's cool
Yeah,
seeing
he's been enjoying it. Yeah, he loves that horror game.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more of Savage lately. It's always good to see him. And he's cool because he'll leave comments as he's watching your videos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can get 10, 15 comments out of Savage with one video. So,
well, yeah,
that's
even
pretty cool.
was it Mike's Gaming Gala stopped by? I remember he watched my second stream, and then on my third one, Casey, the Intellivision gamer, stopped by too and was watching it.
Yeah, he's in the same time zone as you, so.
Oh,
yeah. So you got like 8 o'clock going there. That's perfect.
Well, if you get the furry costume, Mike's Gaming Gal will be there for sure. His chat will be slow because it's hard to type with one hand, but he'll be there. He will be there.
He does make a lot of furry comments in Mike's and my gameplay because there's a dude that's supposed to be helping you. I don't know. He's a mysterious dude that has a fox face.
Yeah.
And Mike just likes to go off about that. There's that furry. Don't trust a furry. I think maybe he's telling us that from experience.
Thou does protest too much. Is there something about that? I forget how that works.
Mike's a bear. He's dressed as a bear.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny. He did mention to me, I was when he kind of hopped on late, and I was kind of explaining why I was on the floor because it looked like I fell down the stairs. And I said,
oh, yeah.
No, I didn't fall down the stairs. The girl behind me, she pushed me down the stairs. And then he said, oh, yeah, that's typically normal of your friends to do.
Yeah. Yep. Casey's West Coast.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, we want to roll into final thoughts. Are we ready?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Who's starting? Poe, you got anything?
I got as soon as I can. I'll be getting that video. I'll just stitch everything together of the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo, and then I'll do my pickups at the end of that video if anybody can last that long. And I did get one thing that I did get that I was happy with. I got Commando for the 2600. I haven't won the NES since I was a kid, and I have the 7800 version, which that's a staple if you have a 7800, right? Because that had the pokey chip. There was only 2 games that had the pokey sound in it, and that was Commando and Ball Blazer. So I never had the one for the 2600, and that was the first thing I bought. First booth I walked into, it's sitting there for $15. I think it's normally $25 and up for this thing. So as soon as I saw Game Closet, Dr. Scott, and he said, "Oh, what'd you get already?" And he's looking at it. He said, "I saw that. I was going to go back around." I'm like, and then Bliss, when he came up to me, he saw that I had this in my hand, and he's like, "How much did you pay for that?" And I said, $15. He said, "Can I see it?" I knew what he was going to try to pull. So I handed it to him, and he acted like he was going to run away, but I had security immediately tase his ass. And hog tie right there on the convention floor. So, but yeah, I'll be getting those out, and hopefully I can get back to some more Silent Hill F. I only did the first one live. It just seems like it's easier to do like 1 hour at a time and record the things and get them out when I get the chance. So. And happy Halloween, everybody. We'll see you in November.
All right, Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing, like I said, Silent Hill F later tonight. And then I'm gonna be working on my Halloween video. I know you're probably getting set up to do a Halloween video too, Poe, for your channel, but I'm gonna be doing Friday the 13th for the NES and Nightmare on Elm Street for the NES and Elvira the Party Monsters. So I might actually include the Party Monsters game, so that way people kind of get a reference because it's Elvira. It's not the original to that game. It's just a hack of it.
Riggs was selling those again.
What's that?
Riggs was selling those again yesterday.
I know. That's why I did message you about it. Like, what? Because he came over to the Portland Retro Game Expo last year. He didn't have any, and I told him about you. And that's kind of funny. You mentioned it to him. It's like, yeah, my buddy Mike, and then he remembered that. So he's like, "Oh, I got to bring it to Pittsburgh instead of Portland." Like, like really? So I had to order mine from Etsy just to get a copy.
Wow,
that's the only problem. I think Pittsburgh always happens a week or two right before Portland. So now we're getting. Well, Riggs has been there 3 years. John Hancock came this year, so. I bought a game off of him that's in a television homebrew that Brian from Brian's Man Cave actually made, but it has John Hancock's name on it. So
nice.
We were able to pretty much buy them, not really first, I guess first on the floor. He's going to have them at Portland. But Casey already ordered one. So he got his in the mail yesterday when I was buying mine from John Hancock. And the really cool thing is he signed and numbered all of them. All the cartridges. Cool. So I got number 4 of those with that cartridge. So.
Yep.
Cool.
Nice. All right. Greg, what do you got for final thoughts?
Well, like I said, I'm not going to do a tournament this month. I'm going to, but I may just sporadically put up a tournament. You can look at it. I either have it in Discord if you check that, or I'll do a video on it. But I'll be honest with you, as far as my gaming, I mentioned this earlier. Sun came down, but I never thought I'd be into like these open world games. Like I got the Switch 2, and I got that Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda, and I think Mike, you and Poe played that.
Yeah,
both of you.
I love those two.
And I don't know if you're aware of this. I'm kind of addressing this to Poe because he's got one. You know, with the Switch 2 and that Switch 2 version, and I guess some people would say it's cheating, but they have the new Switch 2 app you can put on and I put it on a tablet, and I got it sitting in front of me when I'm playing because they actually have a navigation feature. If you're having trouble finding something, one of the shrines, you can push voice navigation, and this thing will talk to you and say, you need to ascend up a hill or descend, or you need to go northwest, and it keeps track of all your stats, how many hours you play the game, how many treasure chests you've opened, how many times you've eaten. It's really cool. It interacts with this app that's on the Android device. I think you can get it for ISO too. But I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool. Something I mentioned that if you haven't noticed, it's cool. And like I said,
if you don't get to play often, it's nice to have help finding the shrines, And if they have a nice, convenient way of doing that, that's perfect. Instead of having to go on YouTube and try to find where these shrines are and stuff. And the other thing I wanted to say was, shrine, everywhere is shrine. Okay, I'm done. I had to put that in there. But it's just how my mind worked. Work doesn't work.
Derek did mention Red Dead Redemption, and I played some of that too. I've started a bunch of these types of games. I always got to a point where I had to kind of moved on to something else. This Zelda thing, and I just never thought I would. It always sounded kind of something that just wouldn't appeal to me. But I tell you what, it's really fun to try to solve. To me, it's the problem solving. And again, I go back to my age before I get to the point where I go like, "Who are you?" Oh. Did you know when you go into the depths, the caverns down below, right in the depths, there's the kingdom. There's this gooey gobbly stuff. Have you seen it? It's called Poe. I'm going to do a video just on that. I'm going to do a video while I'm down in the depths and I'm picking up Poe. I mean, it's
the secret of the Poe.
Even the gooey stuff. App on the thing, don't step in the Poe.
Right.
I tell my wife that if she wants to use my laptop. Just be careful where you stuff.
Mark, that's all I got. I'm looking forward to trying to get a few more videos put out this month. I hadn't done anything last month. Oh, and the other thing, just real quick, is Street Fighter 6 on the the Switch 2 is pretty killer, and it does cross-platform.
Uh-oh.
Played against some people online, and I'll tell you what, 10, 8-year-old kids are kicking my ass. I can't get ahead. So it's fun though. That's all I got, Bart.
Nice. All right. I got reminded over here when Kaos said Zen Infinite Mini Golf. Reminded me, Walkabout Mini Golf has a haunted course coming out this month. I think it's going to be the middle of the month or the third week, something like that. I don't remember what the date is. So we got the pinball tables coming out. We got a walkabout course coming out. So that's pretty exciting. For myself, I will be doing continuing with 1984 on my weekly. If people haven't watched it every week, I've been doing 1 year in the 80s. Kind of a wacky little trying to get information about what the theory was the top 10 arcade games based on how many cabinets sold each year. Not how many quarters got dropped, but how many sold. I thought that'd be an interesting take. And I'm finding out there's not a lot of information about that. And I actually found out through 1984 when I was looking at the lists. I already have all the years, and there's a game that was on 1984's list, and I'm like, that game did not come out yet. How is that on the list? So I had a little discussion with Grok, and I said it straight because it seemed like I was going to multiple sources, and they all would have, 8 or 9 of them would be the same. So I just said the easiest thing was I was just telling Grok, give me 1981. Okay. And because of AI Grok and that, you don't have to type the whole question in. Okay, now 1982, now 1983. And it would give me all these lists. And all of a sudden in 1984, there was a game on there that didn't come out till 1989. And I'm like, okay, that's a little too much fudge going on here. I get it when one comes out in 83 and it makes the 84 list. But if it hasn't even been invented yet, that's not so good. So I had to restructure some of the things. I had to restructure my prompts, and I did some more research on my own. So take these lists, it's not gospel. There's a little fudgery in there, and it's because they have stats for kind of like overall sales, and they'll say like, whatever, I'm going to make up numbers. Say Donkey Kong sold 130,000 units throughout the 80s or throughout the lifespan when they were selling them. It was most popular in 1982, so we're going to say 40,000 sold then. That's kind of the way they're coming up with these numbers. But it is an interesting thing, and it seems like every week there's one or two that were from the year before might trickle up, which makes sense. If a game comes out in November and it's huge, of course, the next year they're going to sell a bunch of units because it took off. So usually some of those ones that you'll see in number 8, 9, or 10, you might see the next year up in the middle of the pack because they're still selling. So that's what I decided to go with. So I'm just running with that. And I don't know. Like I said, I went to multiple sources and most of the lists were pretty close. So unless I see something that stands way out. So every Wednesday I'm releasing one of those.
I always look forward to those. They're awesome.
Yeah. Every Wednesday I'm releasing those just to see. So that's all I got. And happy
I had a question,
Halloween.
Bert. Did you get control of the pole position? I know you were having difficulties driving the car, but it did not work.
Yeah, I can't get pole position to work on my iArcade at all. So when I was doing those videos, I was playing on my laptop using the tiny little arrow keys to try and what was the other one? In 1983, I had another game that I had to play. I couldn't get it to work on my iArcade there either. Oh, it was a Star Wars. I have the Star Wars Arcade 1-Up, but I have no way of capturing the screen on the Arcade 1-Up. So I had to play that on the laptop and trying to fly your X-Wing with those tiny little keys in my fat fingers. So if you want to see some horrible gameplay, that's how I had to do that because I can't get either one of those games to work on my arcade. So pole position was much easier than Star Wars was. I thought pole position was hard on those keys until I played Star Wars. And then I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is really bad. But I don't know why it let me install it, but when I go to launch it on the Viper side, it kicked me right back out. And it on the arcade side, I couldn't even get the thing to load either. So I just moved on and said I can do this and play it. Originally, I thought, well, I'll just grab someone else's and give them credit for the gameplay video and just have it loop. And I said, then I found, well, wait, I can just play online on my laptop and record that. So
I got a quick question for Kaos, if I could, real quick, because I want to give him a chance to respond. If you put a thing up there, you should get Battleship and play against him. So I want to know, that's on the Switch, I'm assuming, but I looked at Battleship and there's a few different Hasbro's Battleship. That's what I want to know, if that's what you're talking about, Chaos. And also, if you're interested in it, it ends in 6 hours, but it's regularly $19.99 for $2.99. So, Chaos, if you tell me that's what it is, I'll hit the download button. So, just let me know, because that sounds like fun. I remember playing Hasbro's Battleship. Just give me a yes or no. Is that it?
Yeah. Savage is here. He must have heard us talking about him a few minutes ago. No, wait.
Savage!
we talked about Savage 20 minutes ago, 47 minutes ago, and 18 minutes ago. I'm trying to get him to watch the whole replay. Snoochie Boochie's brother Savage. Good to see you. We did just mention you, and it was all good. So no worries there. It's always good to see you, brother. But
Bart, you mentioned the new walkabout. They mentioned one not long before that, right? Through the Looking Glass or whatever it was. Alice in Wonderland.
That's supposed to come out. That one's supposed to come out way at the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking early December, right before Christmas, maybe.
Oh, nice.
But they had announced, when they announced that was going to be the Alice in Wonderland, they did hint that there was going to be one between the two. And yeah, it's like, well, the way that they generally go every 7 or 8 weeks is when they release a new course. So people were thinking already it's going to be Halloween time. And it looks like it's a haunted theme park thing.
Awesome.
So that's going to be that. I'm looking forward to that. Last year they released that Halloween haunted mansion type of, I can't remember what it's called now.
Yeah.
But see, Savage knew. His ears were burning. All the way across the pond, he could feel it.
Chaos, I want to let you know, it does say on here, if that's the one, it says number of players online. 2 players can play online. So I already hit to buy it, and I'm not going to be able to do it tonight, Rick, but I'll tell you what, if I see online, which I usually do, I turn on my Switch, and that little thing pops up and says, Chaos is online. So I'll, why do I have to re-enter my password? I don't know.
See, now Mike's Gaming Gala, he's throwing out the snooch to the motherfucking nooch. And I said the snoochy boochies because myself and Randy Savage, we always do the some sort of View Askew universe. And I held back, Poe, when you talked about that game and you said you got it for $15. I wanted to go into $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. Like, that's from Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me. Love those movies. All right, we need to get our closing thoughts is now longer than the show. So I didn't even look at the calendar. Next month is November 2nd.
Woo!
The 2nd is the first Sunday of the month. So
I'll get right on an intro that won't work so that we have
I'm still let's see if it works. Watch it play now. Now it's all confused.
Well, it's spinning. That's something that didn't spin before.
Yeah, I can't. I'll just skip through it. Look, oh man, that's good work right there, Poe. Man, it must have taken you hours.
Hey, it almost worked. Something came off my screen there.
Did it? Nice.
That was good, man.
Can't see the video from storage. Please try again or contact support help. That's what popped up on my screen. All right, guys. We're going to get going. Bliss said good show. That means we're done. Once Bliss gives us the good show, that means we're out. So thanks for everyone for showing up. Poe's got the Bliss hat.
Oh,
he's double decker in it. You can't. We'll put you in the close up. There you go. There's Bliss. There's Bliss.
Nice.
Thanks for everyone that showed up. We had a good turnout today. Retro Bliss, of course, he's up on the screen. Chaos was here. Mike's Gaming Gala. Derek Casey, a television gamer. Check out his channel. It's awesome stuff. He's an Intellivision guy. So what can I say? I love him.
Snoochie
Snoochie
Boochies. Bitches.
Who else? Savage showed up. We got the Boochies going.
Yep. We had Ninja Right.
The Ninja Right. Yeah, Derek. Did I say him?
The Joker was here. The
Joker was here. Java was here. Clear Black 3377. I wonder if that's nuclear. Nuclear. Kelly was here. I think I know her. But if I missed you in the chat, sorry. We had a good chat turnout. I've scrolled up a long way, and I
you know what it was? You didn't play my AI slop at the beginning. It got messed up. So now Facebook's like, okay, YouTube was like, you guys are good. No way.
But we do still have an outro, so that's good. So stay all the way to the end because that's the best part. Besides, the whistling, between the whistling and the end. So
I love the whistling. It's like Andy Griffith gone adult, right, with the human centipede.
Right. I think we had a good turnout because people had something to focus on besides your face, Poe, with Elvira's boobs.
It was probably old Poe's announcement because I forgot to do it.
Get your hand out the way. I talked that the people were here for the boobs, not you. And the first thing you did was block the boobs. What is wrong? Oh, easy.
I can't do it.
All right. I'm clicking go on the outro. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're out.
Later. See ya. Bye.